Good morning, folks. Start of day 4, and we are in Thunder Bay at the Terry Fox Lookout and the Terry Fox Monument. So we'll take a look at this. So you'll see the Terry Fox Memorial behind me. For those of you who don't know about Terry Fox, especially back home in England, kind of a inspirational young man who had cancer and decided he was going to run coast to coast across Canada. And during his, if I get this right, during his start, he started running, and then he got so far and had to stop the actual run, and then he was ill, and then he had to have his leg removed. So that didn't stop him. He got his artificial leg and picked up where he left off, and Thunder Bay is the place where he stopped, and this was the end of his journey. Okay, folks, bit of a mishap this morning. Things got to a slow start. We left the campground and we had to come into Thunder Bay, and I broke my tooth, and I broke it a couple of days ago, and I thought, it's going to be okay, but yeah, it started to hurt a little bit, so I decided I'd try and find a dentist in Thunder Bay. Perfect, great, not a problem. Went over, found a family dentistry, got treated by Dr. Ali. He's from Egypt, and he did an awesome job. So now I'm on the right road to recovery, but not an issue. Anyway, moving on. We are now at Kakabeka Falls, so we're going to take a look at the falls. We got a long drive today to Winnipeg, Manitoba, so we'll be leaving the province today and hopefully getting out to into the next province, where we're going to grab a motel. But let's have a look around the falls. So we're following the walkway down to take a look at the falls. Now, one thing Ontario does pretty good is waterfalls.
Almost was Niagara Falls to show.
Oh yeah? So this is the walkway. And there's Kakabeka Falls. How crazy is that? So we'll take a look around here. That is pretty impressive. Kakabeka Falls. So we finally made it to the falls here. Probably our last stop before we leave Ontario. Pretty impressive sight. So this young lady here, this is for my kids in the YouTube channel. We've been following this young lady since, when was it?
Outside the Sault Ste. Marie.
Outside the Sioux, and we keep running into each other.
Deadly.
Yeah, that's deadly.
4 different locations at least.
4 different locations. What wonderful people we found on our way. That's one thing that always amazes me when I'm traveling through Ontario. Canadians are so nice. They'll stop and talk to you wherever you are, at every spot that you meet them, over like 1,000 kilometers. So yeah, get yourself in that vehicle and head north. You won't regret it. Well, we kind of made it to the last major town in Ontario, Kenora, with some eventful things happening today. I'll fill you in on those later. Oh dear, what a day. Well, we made it through Ontario and we've got to the Manitoba-Ontario border. So I think the landscape is going to change quite a bit now. So they tell me. I've not done it yet myself, but we'll soon see. It's going to be a whistle-stop tour right the way through Manitoba. We got to go to Winnipeg tonight, so another 150 kilometers, and then have a rest. But yeah, so today we were following a truck just outside Thunder Bay, and the truck, it threw a rock right up from under its wheels, and somehow it came and crashed down on the sunroof, shattered the sunroof completely. So we had to stop in Dryden, and the lovely ladies there that were running the auto glass center, they managed to put some crash tape on it, and it's kind of rigid, so now at least there's no rain coming through. We had a huge thunderstorm with hail, and we were in Walmart, and it was just lashing down. So yeah, but hey, I said, how long will it last? They said 3 weeks. I said, that's good enough. Awesome. Right, well, thanks for tuning in to Ontario, and let's see what Manitoba brings. So we're in Manitoba and we've just arrived at the centre of Canada. Slap bang in the middle of Canada we are now. So the landscape is different. A lot different. So there's the centre of Canada, the sign. And as you can see, it's a lot different. It's very flat. So throughout Canada, what you'll find are these. Sharon's just going to open it up. It's a little free library, and inside people leave books and so on, for you can help yourself.
And drop them off.
And drop them off, yeah, kind of cool. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 5. We're on day 5 now. Kind of got lost where I was there. We stopped in Portage la Prairie, Manitoba. Now Manitoba is flat. Man, is it flat. Like, it's flat. Did I say it was flat? It is really flat. So we had one stop, and this is the largest Coke can in the world. Behind me, as you can see, there is the largest Coke can in the world. Thought you'd like to see that. So folks, we're at the Saskatchewan border right now. We've driven through Manitoba, and we just stopped and had a chat with the guys on the bikes. There's 150 of them in this club, and the trailer follows them. He's got GPS, they've got a barbecue, roast and everything in there, and we're just going to wait for them and let them roar. I tried to get some of them to talk on camera, but like, they were all camera shy. What an awesome bunch of guys, and people look down on bikers over here, especially in big groups like that, but like, they were the nicest people you'd wish to meet. Anyway, Saskatchewan, land of the living skies. Here we go, let's see what else we can do. So we're in Wolseley, Saskatchewan, and we stopped at the Swinging Bridge, and I'll just take you over there in a moment, but yeah, let's take a look. So this is Wolseley Swinging Bridge. Once anchored on this mighty block, the old swinging bridge was ours to walk, to wildly frolic, spill and sway, the centre of our childhood play, or to stop a while to contemplate how it bore each generation's weight. Thank you, old friend, your work is done, your new sister can join the fun. That's cool. Awesome. So we're going to make our way across the swinging bridge now. I don't know whether Sharon's going to like this, but hey, let's see. Let's see what this is like. Oh my. It's a swinging bridge, all right. It really does swing. Woo! Wow, that's pretty good. How you doing back there? You good? So, if we take a look around, you'll notice we got a bit of a duck pond. And what a sleepy little town. What a lovely little town. Oh, have they? Let's continue across. Continue our journey across the swinging bridge. It does swing a little. It's pretty cool though. And here we go. Getting towards the end now. Let's see how Sharon's making out. Yeah, she don't like bridges. Not swinging ones anyway. I'm surprised she's actually doing this. What do you think of that?
Yeah, it gets worse at the ends, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's the fire chief. This is kind of cool that they actually put these monuments to remember a lot of the people that did inspiring things in the town. So that was Wolseley, Saskatchewan. We just met a couple who were visiting their elderly relative in the nursing home there, and the guy was from Quebec. Wow, people come from everywhere. I don't think they came to visit just from Quebec. He lives at the next town down, but like everybody moves around all over the place, and everybody has a story. It's really cool. So we're standing in I suppose the grounds of where these grain elevators are, and these are dotted and all throughout Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta. There's not many left now because they're all going over to new and modern ones, but you can see how the train tracks come right up to the elevators themselves, and then everything gets loaded onto these huge cars here, rail cars, and the grain is transported throughout the country. It really makes you appreciate what goes on in the middle of the country that feeds the rest of Canada. You know, like without being here, you really don't get the feel of the scale of the process of creating the grain and delivering it and so on. The fields, it must take months to plow those fields. But yeah. And here's Sharon adventurizing and crossing the train tracks, so you're not allowed to do. It's coming that way. So we got a train coming. It's probably about 30 miles away. So here comes the one of the many goods trains carrying cars and equipment coast to coast. The sheer size of this thing is just unbelievable. 40-foot containers all loaded, stacked on top of each other. It's just amazing. And this thing goes on and on and on and on. You just don't believe how many cars there are. Like, look at the size of this thing. It's huge. Bringing all these containers across Canada. Wow. That's just amazing. And it's still going. Still going. If you can count them all, tell me how many there are in the comments below. And we got an engine in the middle. Wow, that's just insane. Ian Turpin, I'm thinking of you now. You would love to see this. I can just imagine how this was back about 50, 60 years ago when these things were in full operation. And the amount of people that would work here, bringing grain in off the fields and loading it up into the grain elevator and then loading it on the train. Pretty amazing stuff. And we're still going. Still going. Still going. And here is the last engine to go past. Well, for you guys back in England, that must have been a little bit of an eye-opener to how long these trains are. I know it was a long process, but you really have to appreciate the sheer size and the length of them. It's just out of this world. It's really amazing. Like I said, you don't appreciate it until you're standing right next door to it. You know, so hope you enjoyed that. So this is the town of Indian Head. Named after, well, I don't think it's named after this big Indian statue here, or Indian Head statue, but yeah, it's good. Hi folks, so we're almost through Saskatchewan. We're not far away from Swift Current, but the kind of things you see over here are really strange. I thought we'd stop and have a look at this one. This is Reed Lake, and it's a salt lake, and there's another one on the other side of the road. And yeah, it's like there's salt everywhere. It's kind of strange. You can dig underneath here and up comes white salt. As you can see, the white edge around the outside, it's salt. Yeah, it's salt. So I just went down and tasted it. I know. It's salt.